Hey everyone, this is Tracy with Color Me This. Welcome to the channel, welcome back. If you are returning, we are doing the daily color in small victories today. And today we are moving on through our list. I have found the list of the pencil sets, and today we will be coloring houses, a house. I guess it's maybe a tower of a castle, using the Brutfuner Macarons, and I am very close to partnering the Macarons with a different set. So the Brutfuner Macarons for this round, this is round 5 going through all of my pencils. I am using them individually or independent of another set. However, to make it a little interesting, I went ahead and grabbed the Brutfuner Square Dark Gray, which is 73. So I have that as my only helper color to get some pop on the page. And the next round, I will be merging these with my Holbeins. So let's open up to the page, and I've got my clip all set up here. You can see my foam, or felt, I guess it is. And here is our tower. It kind of looks like a tower. This one looks like a house, but the other three look like towers to me. They're very simple. That's why I grabbed the gray. The other sets that we will be working with on this page, so here's the top 2 images. The one on the right is going to be Castle Art's Soft Touch. The 2 towers, the 2 lower towers, are going to be on the left Crayola. That should be fun. This has got a lot of little interesting tidbits in it. And then Caran d'Ache Luminance. So today I have only prepared to do 1 tower, just because the day got away from me and I went and helped my mom. We worked on her craft room. That was very fun. She has this dedicated office space that is a part of her master bedroom, and it has barn doors, and she very kindly asked her husband if he would not mind using the desk. There's a guest room, and there's already a desk in that guest room that came with the house, and a chair, and he said no problem. So she gets this whole space, and it's got all sorts of storage in it, and cabinetry, built-ins, and a bookshelf. So I think it will be perfect for her. It would be way too small for me. All right, so let's get coloring. I've picked some colors as best I can to make it as interesting as a Macaron set of pencils can be. This is the 50 set. And somewhere I have my cheat sheet. Something like an oddball set like this, I definitely have to try out colors. So we have 2 green bits, and of course that means I do have to pick out 2 different sets of green tones. I'll go ahead and show you all 4 of them. The hanging plant is going to be the turquoisey green, and the leaves on the bottom are going to be the olive green or leaf green. These color names have changed over the years. This is my old set. The new set is what's actually already paired up with the Holbeins, but not completely yet, so I figured I would just grab this set. This is actually a project. It was my first set of Brutfuners. When I bought the squares, I bought these almost immediately after I got the squares. The squares came from Amazon, and I bought the Macarons from AliExpress. All right, the plant greenery is going to be B1225 and B1227. We will set those right here. I am working the opposite. Actually, I'm working in Hub's recliner today because my door has a blind in it, and it's actually a solid window. And I did not know that this blind could open and close. So my mom walked right on over and opened it. So then today I went to open it, and now it won't close. So it's permanently open. But most people, if they look, because the trail's right behind us, all they're going to see is, you know, towers of paper and cubes. So it's not like it's very exciting. So I am sitting here, and that's how I got to see the cows, because this door is just a glass right out to the outside. And even though it is dark, we have a floodlight that is on. Starting with leaf green 1291. Oh, that's the dark. Sorry, let's start with the light. O'Lear yellow. I believe that's supposed to be olive yellow. 1198 and leaf green 1291. And the magic of what we're going to do today is I will be coloring the whole thing with the Macarons, which are all pastels. And then I'm going to take that one gray, 73, and I'm going to go through the whole thing. And we're just going to see, this is more of a practice or exercise page of seeing what one dark gray pencil can do to add depth to a page and make it more interesting. So we will see how that goes. In most cases, I am only using 2 colors because the image is quite small and I only have a 50 set of pencils. I hear Hub stirring in the house. I did not get a very fast move on when he went to take his nap. I was distracted with choosing our 2025 healthcare. It's all different this year. I know Medicare for my parents, I was helping them, and they've totally changed how prescriptions work. And on the healthcare exchange, which is where we get our insurance from, everything's very different this year and it's far more expensive. So I have to usually I can just pick the same insurance year over year, and this would be the 4th year, but the plan like increased in price almost 1.5 times more, 150% higher. It was crazy how expensive it is. So I will be choosing something different. There are a few good choices, however, so at least I have options. So now we're going on to our darker leaf green 1291, and it will be doing the green shadow bits. I have a very exciting page coming up in Small Victories. I really enjoy the pages that have a lot of smaller images, so I can use a bunch of my sets, and in 2 pages, actually 3 pages, no, let me peek. This is thick paper. Oh yeah, so it's only 2 pages. There is an image that has 13 objects of the same type on it. So that will allow me to, it was getting to be that we'd been on random rotation number 5 for a very long time, because I was making headway in Romantic Country, and then Magical Worlds came out, and that really slowed things down. So this one page is going to get us through all but one of the sets, and that includes the 2 new sets, the neons and the metallics, which I just tacked on to the end. So I'm excited for that, and it is an object or a thing that Johanna doesn't commonly have in these books, so it's a rarity, and it will be really fun. I am not sure how long it will take. It seems that even though the images are small, I have to rotate through many pencil sets. I'll have to like get a string of my Lazy Susans going. We are fully entrenched into our second season of the coloring group here at my community, and that means that I am switching some stuff though. So I do have a fun haul video coming where I will share with you a new way that I have come up with to store the class pencils so that I don't have to do as much work to prepare them for students to use them, and I also do not have to take them out and put them away. So that is pretty exciting. It took a long time to find something that was, I mean, I knew the first year I did this what I wanted to do. I just couldn't find something economical, and I finally did. This solution, which I will share at a haul, it won't be too long now, a couple weeks, and I will save it for that. But cost-wise, I found what I wanted for almost $7, and that was just not going to be cost-effective. And you know, I want to make sure. Yesterday I had to do the bird at such an angle to fit the whole bird on the screen, so I was trying to set this up so that it was straight on like that. And then I got busy talking, as I do, and forgot to make sure it was set up that way before I started coloring. So my new solution, I believe, is a little under $4. So I ordered one of them to test it out. I actually ordered a smaller one and a bigger one, and the smaller one did not have the slotting that I needed to work out with the math of what pencils I need to put in it. So it's going to be the large one, and I have one of my coloring group folks who's interested in the smaller one. I need to get with her and show her what it looks like. So there's our base of green. These are a soft, lovely pencil. I would say that they're like one rung nicer feeling than the Brutfuner Squares, though it's not a huge departure from the squares, and these have always felt nice. They are a Holbein knockoff, so at some point in their creation, when they went through the factory and devised, you know, what the formula is going to be and everything, somehow they ended up making these a little better than the Brutfuner Squares, which I know that there's a round version of the Brutfuner Squares that people swear are the same. I don't own them. I just have 2 sets of the squares. So all I can say is what I've heard, but I don't have anything to verify that. My mom has 180 Brutfuners. They are lovely. I did get to use them, and now that she lives right down the road, I can borrow them anytime. And in theory, her 3 sets, she has a Color 120 that's different than my Color 120, and then the Brutfuners. So I could borrow them anytime if I wanted to stretch my rotation even further. Okay, I could just keep going. Going and going and going. I really enjoy the feel of these pencils, and doing like little repetitive leaves and shadows is really enjoyable for me. Let's do the planted pot or the pot plant, potted plant. And I've got 2 colors. I don't know whether I would consider one darker. I think that the cobalt green is my lighter of the 2, 1225. And jade green 1227 is the darker, and I'm just going to do a soft little ovals, light-ish pressure. Moving to the shadow color, jade green. I did pre-sharpen these, but I can see that my jade green, because it's just doing the floral leaf centers, it needs to be a little sharper. I'm kind of excited that in my coloring journey for this year of coloring in coloring books and on pages, that I feel ready to combine sets of pencils. Did not even give that never crossed my mind going through the book in the beginning, through the rotation of my sets. Yeah, but I'm ready now. Okay. I've got a kind of a fun color combo for the stucco part of the tower. It is like a gray lavender, which is called smoke blue. So it's not that one is lighter than the other, they're just different colors, but I think they will go very nicely together. So we're going to try that. 1379 and then rose gray 1495. I am going to start with loose swirls. I want the appearance of a stucco wall. So I've got that nice easy base coat of that. And then in the corners and the edges, I'm going to come out with the 1495 rose gray. So this worked really well on my copy paper. These pencils do really well on copy paper. Many of my pencil sets surprise me how well they work. And I'm talking cheap, 20-pound, not very bright. A lot of gray tint to it. So I hope you're seeing that pretty blend of the blue-gray here with the purple-gray called rose gray. Okay, gonna leave those just like that. I do have a yellow. We always have to put bright windows. Someday I will come along and decide I want black windows because the lights are out. I'm not there yet. I have stones to work on, and I just picked, there's only 2 grays. These are warm gray number 2 and cool gray number 2, B1522 and B1532. And I'm just kind of mixing both colors on this stone for the moment, because I think the impact of the 73 Brutfuner Square, which is a very dark gray, will be enough. So you're not even going to hardly see these colors. That was the warm gray. Cool gray number 2, 1532 is next. And I'm just going to vary where I put the cool gray. I might have to pick some other, like a third color. Those two are done. Ah, the pot. I wonder if the planter, I guess it would be called a planter. I want it to be match the house. That was the cool gray, and now I'm adding the rose gray. I want to be sure. I just think these two colors are very pretty together. We are now, we've got lots of work with 3 different tan tones. We don't really have any browns, so we're going to have to make these 3 work very hard. It's actually going to be, since I always like my light on the bottom, Sand B1175, Beige B1173, and Cork B1171. Here I went and put the rooftop as far away from me as I possibly could. I probably will regret that I did that. Such a cute little door. Just doing some loose ovals on each row. I would like there to be a little bit of light at the bottom. Middle tone is beige, 1173. I'm not sure if I want this hollow to be like open space. I think in order to pull that off, I would need to add a blue background, I think. My loose ovals are going to be up toward the shadow part of the shingles, where the shingles go in underneath the previous or upper layer. Let's go ahead and get the window frame darkened in. And I believe the darkest color is 1171 Cork. I may have to go, I just need better access to the roof line. So look at this. This is what I like about my new stand. Look at that. And I don't think my hand is going to get in the way. I have not decided the welcome mat color yet. It might be the purple. Okay, I have got everything colored at the most basic level. I am now going to start the experiment. Let the magic happen. 073, here it is. And I am going to hopefully keep this to a fine point. Oops, and then I immediately go off the rails there. Because of the light over here, there's no lines. All of the lines are over on the right. I am happy to take the prompt that this is the shadow side. I just love that that window is not centered. So sweet. Hope you guys are seeing this. Before I start the other side, I will let you see the difference. I have not done any, well, I've done a tiny bit on the left, didn't I? I am going to finish off the right. And hopefully you see the difference there between the two sides. Now we're getting up to where the rocks begin, the stone part of the tower. I don't know if, since this is an experiment, if I should just try to go up on the right side. I'm taking very soft light ovals to the bottom right corner. I want the rocks, stones, rather, to appear rounded. Let's go up and play a little bit with the potted plant. See, that's just such a big impact. That little tiny bit of gray that I am placing makes such a difference. Moving on up to some of this wood. So again, I'm only doing the right side just for fun. Of course, I picked the farthest side from where my hand can get in the way of the filming. Again, we want the stones to have a 3D appearance. I actually think, since I've already accepted that this is somewhat an experiment, that I can leave it halfway with only shadow lines on the right side. I don't know, you who are watching, what do you think? Should I leave it this way for the grand experiment of seeing if I take this piece of paper now, cover the whole thing, going to reveal. There is the look without. I guess I got a little bit past the middle, but I can fix it. And then I went over the line there. And then let's go this way. And here it is with a little bit of the dark gray. And there's the whole thing. So we have gone 36 minutes. I'm good with 36 minutes. There are so many times when I go over. I can spend a little more time. So let me know your opinion. Do I leave this with the shadows halfway? You will hear Hub laughing in the other room. He's having a good time. So let me know your thoughts if you would like to leave this half shadowed. So tomorrow we will be coloring the second image, and it's going to be the soft touch. So there's no limitations. That's a 120 set. So I won't have to do anything crazy at all. And I do not even know if I'm going to attempt color matching or if I'm just going to do something different. We'll just see. Whatever moves me tomorrow is what I will do. So that is it for today. Do all of the YouTube things, like, share, comment, and consider subscribing. Meet me back here tomorrow, and we will be coloring the second tower that actually looks like a house, maybe even a lighthouse. And we will be using the Castle Arts Soft Touch. Hope to see you there.